Hey everyone, this is my 1949 Spartan Royal Mansion that I am putting up for sale. I've had it about 4 years. I'm going to do a walkthrough of this. I'm actually just sort of overdubbing a walkthrough because it was too windy to record the audio that day out in this trailer lot. This is about 12 minutes long, so thanks for putting up with this. Walking down the side of the Spartan, you'll see there's just a couple of little patches there, but really in pretty good condition along that street side. This side, the back door works beautifully. The bargman handle functions fine. The round window is in good condition. The cool hippie unicorn rainbow sticker is included. If you'll see, I wasn't quite sure how to use that thing, but it does work. I do not have keys for either the front door or the back door bargman locks. There's just that padlock. There are four KD 540 lights. They feel like they're plastic. I don't think they're glass. I guess, I don't know, originally maybe they were glass, but now they're plastic on this trailer. The rear triangle window exterior trim is in really good condition. The rain gutter is in very good condition on the street side. There is one mangled spot right there, but it could maybe be bent back together. I guess we're going around to the backside now. Backside is in very good condition. There is that non-original patch below the window. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. License plate, I'm going to keep that license plate. The rear taillights are not original. The rub rail is not in great condition back here, but there are certainly parts of it that are salvageable. And the aluminum on the underside there, clearly the rear end was dragged a little bit, and so the aluminum peeled up a little bit. The rear window is in very good condition. The frame around it has not rusted itself shut. It's got some corrosion on it, but it's still sealing and keeping the weather out. Going along this side, the curbside rear corner definitely smooshed up against something at one point in time. Rub rail completely rubbed off there, and a little bit of compression on the aluminum. But honestly, my intention was just to push that out from the inside once I peeled away the interior. So there's another view of the peeled up underside there. This triangle window, the screen's not in good condition, but who cares? But the trim itself is good, and I guess that's another view of the compressed side. Rub rail along this side has a couple of dents in it, but it's really pretty good, especially these transitions where they transition to the door. Those are in great condition. I know those transition pieces are hard to find. So it's in good condition. The front tongue is in really great condition as well. The hitch latches, you'll see later in the video, I towed it around. And walking along this side, the people who owned it before me put in a kitchen sink that just drained to the exterior, and that's what that piece of plumbing is there for. I meant to just saw it off, but haven't done that quite yet. And all the exterior windows have their original aluminum trim, and I think most of them, the screen is in good condition too. And the rain gutter is in great condition on this side as well. The circular window is in super condition, and then there's that porch light thing that I think it's hard to find. Yeah, that screen's a little peeled up there. There's this strange patch thing that looks old but clearly is a patch. The front windows were clearly replaced at some point in time with new Lexan or plexiglass, and they've fogged in the Colorado sun. I never investigated replacing these, but none of the interior or none of the original gutter that the windows go into looks damaged at all from the interior or exterior. They keep the rain out though. This trailer is remarkably weather tight. I own a Streamline from 1972, and getting that thing watertight was a huge job, but not so much on this one. So I've been very happy with that. I think we're gonna go inside here. So the original interior of this trailer was removed in the early 80s, and the people who I bought it from purchased the trailer, and they said the interior was in terrible shape, so they had the interior torn out and rebuilt, sort of in the theme of a Spartan, with the wood paneled walls, but certainly not with the beautiful interior that they originally came with. Um, and by the seller's admission, it wasn't a terribly great redo of the interior, and I would agree with that. I mean, the tack strips are kind of popping off the ceilings and the walls, and honestly, you could salvage a lot of the plywood, the paneling on the interior here by just retacking those tack strips. There's an original Coleman gas light there. I do not know if that functions. The crankdown windows, both of the crankdown windows still work. They still have their original triangular interior trim. I've cranked them all the way down. I didn't in this video, but I've cranked them all the way down. They still function. That's just one of the coolest parts about these trailers, was that crankdown window in the back. That was brilliant. And here's the other side, the street side window. Again, I have all the interior window trim, the stamped, I think they're stamped steel. I don't think they're stamped aluminum, and they're all in really great condition. The rear window still opens, has a screen. Like I said, it still seems really reasonably watertight. I've heard that it's not too hard to put another seal in these windows, but this window still works. It hooks up. I know in this video I had a little trouble doing it with one hand because they're sort of oddly heavy to do, but there you go. I guess I got it hooked up. And when you get the two side windows open and the rear window, there's a lot of ventilation for this back bedroom. So you can see the tack strip is peeling apart, peeling away. Rear door is in great condition. There is some of the original, I think it's oak trim pieces going around the door, like the piece at the top where you'd whack your head if you didn't stoop down. That appears to be original. Going into the front, oh no, we're going to look at the vent here. This is one of the original rectangular vents. I have not opened it. It doesn't show signs that it's leaking. So the interior of this, when the people who I purchased this from, when they had the interior redone in the 80s, they were going to live in it while they rebuilt a cabin up above Boulder, Colorado. And so they put in a functional kitchen that I think just drains to the outside. No running water. They got a stove. Below the stove, there is a heater, a forced air heater. So that window, as you can see, again, it has its original trim. I didn't open any of these sliding windows. They look like they're in good condition, but I'm not an expert in how they function, so I didn't try to force it open. So these two cabinets that you can see here, the slightly taller one and the narrow upper cabinet, are original to the trailer. I think that they were pulled out and cleaned up and then reinstalled in the early 80s. You can tell that they're original because that plywood is sort of, I don't know, that plywood is sort of unique there. And I think if you look, yeah, down here, you can see where there was originally a light installed in that cabinet. And I know that the original Spartans had some under cabinet lights there. So that cabinet is original, and this little slim upper cabinet is original. And they're really beautifully made to have lasted 70 years or whatever. So there's a view of the inside, the kitchen, and it's if you were going to put this on a lot as an Airbnb, you could clean that up and put in a faucet and a little bit of running water, and it would be totally functional. So there are 4 total vents, roof vents in this trailer. 3 of them are like that. They're the more modern square, 14-inch square vents. And up front here, they had a futon couch, which is probably just a throwaway at this point. And let's see, what else are we looking at here? So there's another one of those windows with the interior trim. That one, it's removed, but down here are the interior trim panels. Somebody sanded them down, primed them, and they're in beautiful condition. They're not as banged up as you would think that they should be. And there is some sort of electrical wiring in this trailer probably for towing and interior electricity, but I have never hooked it up for that. So here we are back outside, coming back through the front door. I always think of it as the front door, but it's just the curbside door. And you can see that it's in really great condition. The hinge is, rusty but functional. It's not coming apart or anything like that. That's, I guess, the beauty of the dry Colorado air. The door jambs are in great condition. I'm always amazed at the beauty of these stamped aluminum, effectively one-piece stamped aluminum door jambs. They're amazing. And somebody had replaced the sill with a new piece of aluminum on that one. And up front here, there's another one of those gas lamps. So there's my build plate, 1949, 33 foot, the 1381st off the assembly line that year. And she's ready to go to a good home. I forgot that I had a little bit more footage here, so I'm adding on to the end. As you can see, the tongue is in very good condition. The jack works fine. I've been jacking it up and down off the ball of my tow vehicle. Looking underneath, you can see that it has surface rust, but in all of my crawling around underneath here, I have not found any through and through rust. It's all really surface rust. Thank you, dry Colorado, the dry Colorado air. And also somebody sprayed spray foam insulation underneath. That's all that yellow orange stuff. That's so, I don't know, kind of looks weird, but that's what it is. And it doesn't look like that spray foam has trapped any moisture either, which is good. It's honestly one of the best undersides of a 70-year-old trailer that you can imagine, other than one that maybe sat out in the true desert of Arizona or something like that, not just the high desert of Colorado. And there's a shot of the underside. It tows, it rolls. Pretty soon here you're going to see some shots of it rolling. And I've only gone as much as 30 miles an hour with it, but it tows nicely and steadily. It's good. A lot of complaints about Spartans having short tongues. I have not had any trouble with this. I mean, look at that angle. And I don't have some sort of crazy extra long receiver attached here. It seems to be very maneuverable. And like I said, the hitch mechanism works securely, and the jack works just fine too. So here I am driving around the trailer a lot with it, so you can see that it rolls. The history of this trailer is I bought it 4 years ago from somebody that owned it from 1980 until 4 years ago. They towed it up a canyon above Boulder, Colorado, and lived in it while they replaced a cabin. The people who owned it before that owner had it a different canyon up above Boulder. Um, they supposedly were the very first owners of this 1949, and they said that they'd taken it all the way to Alaska, I would assume on the Alcan. Um, but what's important about this history is that it appears that this trailer has been in Colorado since at least before 1980. And it's cold, dry air here, and that I think results in a undercarriage that is not terribly rusted. I've walked around the trailer in many places. I've not found any soft spots in the floor. Your mileage may vary, obviously, buyer beware, but I have another vintage trailer that I've rebuilt from the ground up, did a shell off restoration, and so I value a good undercarriage on the trailer. So thanks for watching my video.